Beethoven wanted to sing these chords for the first spring of the world, the religious emotion of man before the waking of nature, a song of life and fertility. And of hope. And that as well. Master Eliot used to have somebody play for him every time he felt tormented by the idea of his destiny. And also, as a duty, on a day like today.
Today? Well, what day is it today?
It's the first day of the spring. Are you okay?
Oh, it's not. And you, Alicia, is everything all right with you? Your eyes are really tired.
I wasn't able to sleep last night.
Because of me?
Because of you. You were the laughter, the love, the youth. All of that could have been gone in a moment. When I saw you with your hands and your eyes shut, so cold and so white.
Be quiet.
I could not believe it. My heart rebelled, and it felt as if it strangled.
Why did they tell you?
No one told me anything. I saw it. I was walking down the shore looking for plovers when you fell in.
Why do you say when you fell in?
Because that's how it happened. It could not have been any other way, Charlie. You were walking down the shore, looking at the sky, and I thought you were looking for me. And then you screamed. You slipped because of the weeds. Wasn't it so, Charlie?
Yes, that's how it was.
When I heard you scream, I was left bloodless, still as if in time. You were there, next to me, fighting death, and I could not move. It was then when he arrived.
Him? You saw him?
Yes.
Tell me, Alicia, there's something I need to know.
What is it?
I wanted to know... Never mind.
What?
Tell me. It's nothing. What book are you carrying there?
Oh, it's Tennyson's poems for the old man. Do you remember? The father of the other, Alicia. He's waiting for me.
Is he more at peace now?
When we read, yes.
Do you talk?
Sometimes. Very little, very quietly. He's getting used to my voice.
Go with him. So we can make him wake more.
Don't you need me?
He needs you.
How is your strength?
Oh, better now. Completely.
I went looking for you earlier in your room. I thought you didn't get out of bed today. I was bringing these flowers.
Oh, precious. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome, but they are not mine.
Fernando?
Not him either.
I see. I know. Juan.
He did not dare bring them to you. Poor young man. All night he was behind your door, shaking like a little boy, listening to your breath. Can you breathe properly now?
It's still a bit difficult. The air feels heavy.
Heavy, yes. It's the arrival of the spring. Down in the cities, you cannot feel that. There, you can only tell it's coming slowly because of calendars and because young women change their hats. But here, how strong it is! It arrives suddenly on the sides of the mountains, filled with mint and chamomile and resins. Everything in the field stands up. It's like there's a cold from the inside of the earth. Then you feel a little bit overwhelmed.
Yes, a little.
It's a call from the inside of the earth. Civilization blinds our senses to these things. But when the sap first white in the almond trees, when the buds warm up, when we can breathe the smell of moist soil, how much we feel we're made of the same clay. Are you smiling?
I admire you, Doctor. You have a limitless faith in nature.
Don't you?
I used to. Remember what we were talking about right here just yesterday? I was saying that to kill oneself in the midst of youth, in the time of love and spring, was an insult. I had youth, I had love, and spring was at the door. Nevertheless, that same day...
Why, Chole? Why?
What does it matter? It was a senseless fury. I saw myself suddenly placed as an obstacle between two brothers. I thought that, getting out of the way, they would get closer to each other. What nonsense.
So, are you still thinking?
No, don't worry about me. I have come close to death, and I've seen that it does not solve anything, that all problems should be solved standing.
Do you feel stronger now?
I will try to. Life has suddenly opened to me a very bitter question, and I see now that there is no more remedy than to answer it. I don't know when or how, but I swear to you, it will not be here.
You don't feel comfortable among us?
No, honestly. Forgive me, Doctor. I feel that you and Dr. Ariel have gone wrong with the best intentions. I feel that you created this place as a refuge for wandering souls, but you did not suspect that an environment like this can infect others. You were flirting with the idea of death, making fun of it ingeniously, but death is stronger than you, and there are weak moments where she presents herself so beautifully, so easily. It's a dangerous game.
Maybe.
I can assure you that in my house, and among the things that are friendly to me, I would not have felt that black temptation. Why did I feel it here? Think about it, Doctor. If I had committed suicide yesterday, I would be to blame. But you and Dr. Ariel wouldn't be able to look at me in peace either.
I'm sorry.
Closest house, friend Rhoda. Employ your talents in Dr. Ariel's fortune there where people live and work. Now that the life of the world is beginning again, close that gallery with chains, will you?
It could happen.
But today is the first day of spring. Today, it's a crime to die.
Perhaps. Hans, why have you removed your coat?
I've been looking for you. Doctor, you cannot doubt my loyalty, but I'm not useful for certain things. I've come to say goodbye.
Are you leaving us?
I am. I'm sorry. I've grown affection for this house. I had hope in it. But this is not working.
You are not happy.
How would I be? I came full of illusions to your service. You know that. I've done everything on my part. I've fulfilled all my obligations. And for what? Since I've come here, only the gardener's dog has decided to die. And he died of old age. No, this is not working.
Have you found another position?
I have. The General Hospital called me yesterday. Now there is an environment. There people die every day the way God wants them to, without literature. Forgive me, Doctor, but every man must have his own destiny.
And I shall not be the one to get in the way of yours.
I've hesitated a lot. That I can assure you. Day after day after day. Last night with Miss Cholin, I even had a ray of hope. Illusion. As you can see, this morning she's had more will to live than ever before. And let us not talk about the others. This morning, the philosophy professor didn't even jump into the lake. And the bank employee, the opera singer, is walking between the willow trees, kissing fiercely that poor boy. And the sad lady, you know that, is not sad anymore. This is sinking.
It's all right, Hans. It's all right. Come on over to my desk to figure out your picture.
Oh, these things are not done for money. I am my dealer. Goodbye, Dr. Rosa.
Goodbye, Hans. Good luck.
Believe me, if you think this does not take another shape, you might as well close the house. There's nothing to do.
To close down. Maybe he's right. Alicia! Alicia!
Where's my lion hide? Be happy, my dear, my hero, my Wolverine. Jump, yell, howl, you have me here.
I've been looking for you.
No one would be able to tell. With that face, it seems you are running away from me. I have been looking for you since sunrise. I got up singing, and I ran the mountains yelling your name. I took a bath in the stream, and then I threw pebbles at your window.
you since sunrise?
I threw pebbles at first until I broke the windows. Afterwards, I threw violet bouquets. Did they not reach you either?
No.
Oh, cruel. You were asleep. And Cora at your door, waiting like a lark. Cora that needed you. Cora looking for you. Cora Yako, Wolverine. Cora Yako. Are you happy? Have you thought about me? Have you dreamt me? Hum, can't you speak?
You won't let me.
What do you like about me? No, not everything. There's always something. My neck, the hands.
Your eyes, the eyes above all. They're the eyes from that night.
That night I was singing for you alone without knowing it. Look at those eyes, Wolverine. Here they are. They are yours. Won't you kiss me?
Yes.
Why are you shaking? Are you afraid of me? Such a poor young man you are. My hero, my poet, my poor little poet. Are you sad? I imagined you vibrant, passionate, climbing on walls when you saw me, jumping on my shoulders.
You imagined a mixture between a warthog and an orangutan.
Something like that. But won't you be sad, my little goldfinch, my pocket poet? I love you as you are. Little, cowardly, a dreamer. Why have you read so much, my little one? Don't you know how much that weakens you? You'll never do that again. Now let us live, run over the world together, holding each other.
Cora.
Now you are going to have with me everything you dreamt of. Egypt and the desert, the rainforest and the garden islands.
Oh yes, the lotuses, the white elephants, the Buddhist pagodas with their rooftops like frogs with little bells on them.
Oh, and so much more that you don't even know about, that aren't in the books. But you must be strong, my Wolverine, for as soon as you leave Europe, there's nothing but mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes?
Green, poisonous little mosquitoes that hang themselves everywhere. And they cause fever and slumber and sometimes madness. Don't you be scared, my hero. There's also mosquito nets and special creams for the skin. And then science. For every mosquito God creates, the Germans create an injection.
Good to know.
Aren't you excited to visit India with me?
Oh yes, the gods of the Ramayana, the sacred Ganges of the three currents.
Look, the Ganges it's best to leave aside. There are snakes, you know, and crocodiles. And then the gastric fever that makes your skin yellow, yellow. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you?
I love you like a coffin.
Are you up for anything and everything?
Everything.
Well, then let's leave right now.
Now?
Now, what are we waiting for? The car can be ready in just a minute. Do you drive?
No.
Well, I will drive then. But I should warn you, I don't know how to drive it under 120. All right, it's 11:15 now. If we leave at 11 sharp, at 4 p.m. we'll be in Venice with plenty of time and still take the train in the afternoon. All set. Tonight we'll have dinner in Marseille. Deal? One moment. I'm going to get the car ready.
But Cora, wait a minute, woman.
What?
We're leaving without saying goodbye?
To whom? I've never said goodbye to anyone.
To the doctor? To our companions? We need to think of everything. We need money.
Well, then let's start. Would you happen to have 30,000 pesetas?
Me?
15,000? 10,000 at least?
I don't have a cent.
Well, what about the bank robbery?
They took enough for the orchids.
Nothing more? Well, it's all the same. We'll find a white horse.
But what good is a white horse? We will need at least 2.
God, you really are a hero. You see how you're loosening up? Hey, do you really not know what a white horse is? My poor little boy, but what do they teach you at the university? How much you have left to learn. Come, get your things ready.
All right. Then we are leaving?
We are leaving.
It's just, I don't have a passport.
Oh, come without it. We'll fix that on the way. I am friends with all the world's consulates. The English are the worst, but if you know how to smile, even they will soften up. Do you speak English?
No.
That's all right. They all speak French.
I don't speak French either.
Then you will be quiet. Quiet in all languages. Come, what are you waiting for?
I'm coming. To Marseille, right?
To Marseille.
By plane?
By plane. Why?
They say it makes you very dizzy.
Those are stories. It's less than on a boat.
Never embarked by boat either.
There are pills for that.
There are pills. Then, are we all set?
All set. How long will it take you to get your luggage ready?
Cora?
What?
I don't even have luggage.
Nothing? Not even a tuxedo?
I have 2 shirts and a book.
Well, then go get the shirts.
The book is a manuscript of mine. Poems.
Even if it is yours. Books, never again, or we will be lost. If you hadn't read so much, this wouldn't be happening to you. 11 o'clock, then.
11.
Do you at least have a watch?
Yes, a silver one. My father gave it to me. It stopped.
Well, then set your father's watch to 11. And don't make me wait, huh? I have never allowed men to do that to me. If you are not there at 11, I will start the car.
I will be there.
I will honk thrice. If you are not there by the 3rd honk, I will leave. See you right away, my pretty Wolverine. My hero.
Are you 2 leaving?
In 10 minutes to Marseille. And if there's a plane tomorrow, to India. We'll send you a telegram from Cairo. Tell Chole I say goodbye. I don't have the time to do it myself. Goodbye, Fernando.
Have a nice trip. Poor young man. Are you leaving too?
Yes,
Cairo?
to the city. I've been offered a position at the general hospital.
Congratulations.
Now that place is something different. There is an environment. Last night I read in the Medical Gazette 25 cases in a single week.
Splendid.
Now here, on the other hand, you see what it's like. In the beginning, there's potential. There's many people coming, many cases. And in the beginning, it's not bad. But now, that Cora Yako has pushed me outside of myself, kissing fiercely that poor boy. And then I went to my window, and I was shaving peacefully, and she threw stones at me. Four stones like nuts. She got through the window, and then a bouquet of violets to me. She was seducing me. Morality, ma'am. And then. Can you imagine that I spotted on the grass in between the acacia?
Oh, good morning, Hans. Good morning, Fernando.
Have you seen such a beautiful morning? Everything's white with narcissus. It smells like the heart of the land.
Aye, that local spring is shaking. Do you like this new dress?
It's very joyful.
Discreet, right? And I warn you, it is nothing. A graceful Mansu, a goatee, the gold clip. It's nothing. Why do you look so sad, Fernando? Do you feel bad? A day like today! Bring that heart up, my friend. Why don't you come eat with us? from the torrent, new fruit and Andalus blonde wines, those that tickle your soul. What do you say, Fernando? Shall we wait for you? All right. We'll see you later. Good morning, Hans.
But has that woman lost her mind?
Worse, haven't you heard her humming the Blue Danube?
Sounded something like that.
Doesn't that remind you of anyone?
The philosophy professor.
The very same. Last night I caught them in between the acacias, underneath the moonlight. Have you ever looked a cow in his eyes?
Yes. They have the image of moist tenderness.
Very well. And last night the philosophy professor had cow eyes. They were sitting on a stump. He looked at the moon, and then he looked at her. And then he sighed. When the philosophy professor risked himself by sighing, he is lost.
Did you see them?
What will I have not seen in this life? They're very together, holding each other's hands. He leaned his shoulder onto her, and leaned his shoulder into her, and then whispered, slow and intimately, in her ear.
Verses?
Certainly. I could not catch in a single stanza. It said, any matter submerged in water loses its weight equal to the amount of water it displaces.
That's tremendous.
Tremendous! It's just spring. There's nothing we can do. Only this afternoon, together, the guard said goodbye to Dr. Rhoda. There's nothing we can do, but there's a distant hope. They're going to Switzerland. To Switzerland!
She here?
Cora? She's outside getting the car ready.
Oh, what a woman, Fernando. She's terrible. Why did she come here? As beautiful as I dreamt her.
Nevertheless, she's the real one. The one that sang to you in class.
No. Mine is something different. An illusion, a wordless poem. Her eyes, yes. Her eyes are the same eyes from that night.
But it could be the great adventure you were hoping for.
But what adventure, Fernando? I used to dream the kisses of a woman like a soft caress, like the peeling of petals upon the flesh. Cora is not that.
Strong kisser, huh?
She bites! She bursts. I'm a little more used to it, but yesterday, after the first kiss she gave me, she threw me to the ground. And hugging, she squeaks, she sobs, she's guttural sounds. Put your hair on its tip.
You've grown quite scared of her.
No, fear. No, I love her. I'd like to see her all the time, but from a little more distance.
From the height of a gallery?
Not exactly. From above.
But weren't you two leaving together?
That's just it. I have no remedy but to leave with her because the minutes keep slipping by and I just don't know what to do.
This is the great adventure. You have it in your hands. Think about it for a moment.
I could keep only her eyes.
But isn't that what you dreamt of?
Dreaming something else.
But it's Cora Yako. She is the distant countries, the boats.
But what countries, Fernando? Full of terrible dangers. The green mosquitoes, the intestinal fevers, the consulates.
But it's the India of gods and goddesses, the Japan of lovers and heroes.
I can't.
In that case, there's another option. Give up the authentic Cora Yako and keep the one you dreamt of and dedicate yourself to writing about it.
Right?
Yes, it's another form of heroism. Novels are written by those who can't live them. What was your salary at the bank?
Nothing. 250 pesetas.
I can offer you 500 pesetas and paid holidays. Would you like to work for the travel and adventure section?
Really? You think I'd be good for it?
Why not?
I've never left the guest house I live in.
What does that matter? Art isn't a thing of imagination. It's a thing of experience. Well, Javier de Maestre took wonderful trips around his room. Beethoven was deaf. Milton wrote a song about light, even though he was blind.
Well, for what it's worth, I do have a book of verses.
Tear it up right away. And don't you dare tell your companions. They will lose all respect for you.
There it is. What is the time?
11 o'clock.
Oh, okay, she'll start with the car with the third honk. What do I do, Fernando? What do I do?
I mean, that was one. You either go out there and live your adventures, or you stay here and write about them.
I don't have a cent. I just know we'll be dizzy on the plane.
But it's a lady that's calling you.
Oh, the green mosquitoes.
Cora Yaco.
The crocodiles.
The love.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
That's you.
Fernando, where's the white horse?
You're asking now.
By your soul, this is a life or death matter.
Okay, scientifically, it's a monodactylar four-legged equine of light pigment.
And artistically?
Artistically, it's an old man with a lot of money.
Old man with a lot of money? That is what she was proposing to me? I'm not going!
And 3!
The poor man.
You're such a hero. Let her rest. Be at peace and remember her. It's better this way. Yours are two lives that can never be welded together. And now, write next week's article. A night in Japan with Kora Yaco.
In Japan?
Yes, we can work the photos in the studios like we always do.
Will you let me write something on geishas?
And of cranes and blooming cherry blossoms, but be careful. Be careful.
Something like this. Cora and I took the first flight from Yokohama.
Yes, exactly.
Cora laughed at me 3,000 feet above white islands of chrysanthemums.
Yes! You've got our man. You've got our man. Chole! Oh, are you feeling better, or are you still weak?
It's all over.
Everything?
The pain, the danger, the other thing we'll have to deal with sooner or later. Why are you hiding, Fernando? I haven't seen you since yesterday. Do you think something like this can be overlooked? We have a full truth in front of us that can't be erased by closing our eyes.
Don't think about that now. I didn't visit you because the doctor had forbidden it. You had fever. You needed rest and solitude.
Didn't you see me last night?
Yes. You weren't breathing yet when they brought you here after you fell into the lake.
You as well. Why do you want to fool yourself? Why do you also say when you fell? I didn't fall. I wanted to jump. I was looking for death.
No, no, this cannot be.
It also seems impossible to me now, but yesterday. Listen, Fernando, there's something I need to know. I haven't wanted to ask it because I'm afraid it will be true, but I can't be silent anymore. Last night, when I jumped, there was a man who risked his life for mine. I saw him in my dreams. It was you, right?
No.
It wasn't you.
No, but I wanted to be that person. It was Juan. He saw you fall into the lake. He brought you here.
Poor Juan. All night he has suffered. Staying up with his ear next to my door listening to my breathing. You don't know, Fernando, how good and misfortunate your brother is.
I know everything.
Everything. Have you talked to him?
No, to the doctor. He would never approach me, and I can't talk to him.
Until when?
Until right now. This very moment. Understand, Chole, even to live miserably, you have to get used to it. I can't do it. I can't handle it anymore.
Have you thought of any solutions?
We can leave. We can leave right now.
Where? Where could we hide from the memory of Juan? No, Fernando. There's no possible happiness anymore. Your brother's shadow would get between our kisses, pulling our lips.
And what can we do? Were you thinking of a solution last night? Did you think somehow that your disappearance would bring us closer? Your death would have torn us apart even more, turning what so far has only been hatred into pain.
It is possible. But since last night, I haven't stopped thinking.
What have you been thinking about?
Juan has always been alone, contemplating our happiness with his hungry eyes, like the child in the shop's window. He can't keep being alone. You should go if you can. I will stay.
With him?
I will be there next to him, replacing the mother that never understood him and the sister he never had. His life should have at least a little illusion of a woman.
But this cannot be, Chole. That's not the way Juan loves you.
I know. I heard that from him last night, but yesterday I was even more unfair. I had in front of me a desperate, bleeding heart. All I could feel was fear, almost disgust, as if a beggar were mugging me on the street.
But no, now is when you're blind, Chole, tormented by guilt and remorse that doesn't exist.
No, we were the ones that were blind before. When on earth there didn't exist anything else but our happiness. We didn't even think to look around us once. And Juan was always there, shivering like a dog at the door.
Don't you think I feel this way too? Don't you think my brother's heart is a source of pain for me as well? If I could make him happy, I would give everything. But we can't do anything to deceive him.
It's not about me being happy. I have been so happy. Now the matter is that he is happy.
But these feelings aren't real. The heart's a dangerous place. Tomorrow might be too late.
It's not a time to think. My place is here, next to him.
Because he saved your life.
Because he has always given me his own life.
But then... No! Look at me! What's going on with you? Answer me!
Please, Fernando, let go.
No! It's your own pity that's setting you up for disaster. And Juan himself should be the one to stop you. You will either forgive us, or he will kill us together. But we won't do anything to deceive him. Why? Why?
Don't listen to him, Juan! Don't listen to it!
Why are you calling so loudly? Is it something of yours that needs defending and you need me, as usual, to protect it for you?
No. All I want is this. Whatever it takes. I want nothing left unsaid between us. I want the whole truth.
Well, haven't you heard it already? Or do you think that Chole, out of gratitude, would perform this old cruel farce? She's so loyal, so whole. Do you really expect her to pay for a real love with crumbs from your excess of happiness?
Juan?
No, Fernando, no. I don't take alms, and she wouldn't be foolish enough to lie out of pity. Isn't that right, Chole? Come, she'll prove it to us right here and now. What are you waiting for? There, you have Fernando, the happy man, the one who's never had to fight for anything in his life. Life has given it all to him, the one who could play in the gardens while his mother was dying. There you have him. He doesn't even know that pain exists in the world. Within there's happiness and health, all the pleasures of life. Here, there's only poor Juan with his misery and love. The choice is yours, Chole. Forever.
Juan.
Look at her, Fernando. It's not just about you anymore. Juan can also win for once. But also, I have the pleasure of being stronger than you, more generous than you. Take her away, Fernando. Now, you can be happy, without remorse. Because I've been able to be as happy as you, as good a man as you, and I've seen you cry. Juan, brother. I already knew that this couldn't be. You were cheating yourself, but thank you for what you were trying to do. No, please, Fernando, just take her away, take her somewhere safe. Let me enjoy the one happy day there has been in my life.
Good morning, Juan.
Good morning.
By tallest orders. Is there something wrong, Juan?
Oh, no, nothing.
You're shaken.
Oh, it's perhaps a bit of fever.
It's the date. Can you hear the music?
What is it?
Beethoven, a hymn to thank spring. He was also alone in February when he wrote this song. But he knew that spring always brings a promise and a flower to everyone.
Do you think so?
Yes, the doctor told me one day, don't expect anything from life, and one day life will give you a wonderful surprise.
And are you waiting for that?
Always. Now, Juan, would you like to do me a favor? Today is a day of life and hope. It's necessary that everything that reminds one of them be removed from here. Would you like to give me that what you're hiding?
I'm sorry. I'm
I'm going to throw it into the lake. The same spot where Charlie lived yesterday.
At least you wait. I'm afraid to stay here by myself. Would you allow me to accompany you?
Thanks.